It's Madden NFL 23, and we'll see Garrett Wilson. He starts play fourth in the NFL in receiving yardage. It's the Jets and the Dolphins, and it's all up next.
Well, much of the country is struggling under cold temps and some of that white stuff. No such troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Dolphins in our ball game here. You figure they've got to be looking forward to this one. They've got a clear advantage on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and they totally understand it, not just by running the numbers, but those numbers do play into it because you've got one of the better passing offenses in the league, a top 10 unit, going up against one of the poor defenses in the league. So I think we're going to see these guys take some shots downfield. But right from the start, I expect them to attack and get right after it.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. Leading him out, the former Stanford man. At quarterback, it's Davis Mills.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On second down, right back to Hines. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
On third down, here's Mills. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. This is taken at about the 14. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Jets will take over first and 10. Here's Rodgers. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 4, and it's third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine all that size and beef, but they can let a tackle through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
incomplete. Here's the Jets punter now. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their second drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Pickup of 8 leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Now it's Hines. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
A first down throw for Mills.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hill. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Being chased out left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken right at the 35. 35 yards that time on the punt.
And the Jets will take over.
An update from Buffalo. The Bills have taken the early lead. The playoff picture starting to come into focus. We'll keep you updated on that one as we go along, and the other scores from around the league. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Dancing to his left.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
On the 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
The Jets at 10-2 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move from the 22 to the 19.
They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson.
A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, they started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Throwing quickly to Wilson. And the Jets are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Here's Stevenson.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
We're scoreless after 1. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter. As they come up now, second and goal. He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown.
A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Jets post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Here's Mills.
He'll check this down to Hines.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. From the 25 on second down, Mills.
He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Now Mills. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This is Hines. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Play action now, Mills.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Mills. That's going to be caught by Waddle.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll start on the ground. Hall.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
On play action, Rodgers. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Give to Hall running right.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw is Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Rodgers going to throw.
He has a man. It's complete to Wilson.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Yeah, their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
That's going to be caught downfield by Lazard.
And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 28. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
2nd and 4.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
He gets it underneath to Hall. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
The defense is ready for the back to leak out and even have a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling him back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run with Hines. And he's got some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
58 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Throwing, Mills.
Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Mills now looks to throw on 1st down.
This is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, a 20-yard touchdown.
And the Dolphins are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Extra point splits the points, and we are tied at 7. So that drive span 5 plays.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
And New York set to take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot. and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit from the same spot again.
We'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
Emmanuel Agba in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
The throw over the middle taken in.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Here's Rodgers to throw. They'll find Lazard here over the middle. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they will set up shop in enemy territory. 42-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Mills.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Mills. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Looking to throw is Mills.
Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Jets are going to have it here just past the 25.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
It certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to come from with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Rodgers now on first down. Steps away, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
So a touchdown.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Ball again on second down.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Able to find Lazard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the counter, it's Stevenson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. But it goes a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They're not getting up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Dolphins bring out an extra defensive back on 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. He's got a man, complete. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll give the Hall. Elijah Molden up to make the stop. 2nd and 6. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Garrett Wilson with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They go play action. Mills. Wide open receiver, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. A first down throw for Mills. It's caught. Smith. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
On 2nd and 9, Mills. He'll check this down to Hines. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Play action now, Mills. Eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Jets are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They
run once more with Stevenson.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he is going to have a Jets first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
A give running right is Hall.
And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. Back now in Miami. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. Over the middle, into the hands of Woods. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Touchdown, Jets. Alan Lazard from 13 yards out.
And the Jets are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a fourth quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
Mills now.
And he's got his tight end, that's Smith.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Mills.
That's out to Hill, right side complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Here's Hines. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
On 1st and 10, Mills. Tyreek Hill's got another one. Down inside the 10.
Touchdown! Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Dolphins have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a little more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Takes it at the 7.
So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense.
And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
You're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
On first down, right back to Hall.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On play action, Rodgers. They'll roll him out right.
This one finds Wilson downfield.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Hall on a give up the middle. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And a short gain down to about the 33.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Miami set to take over. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. First down, Mills.
They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. To throw again on 2nd down. Mills. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
On play action, now Rodgers.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes. Put this one in the left-hand column.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches.
Again, it's Stevenson.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
They'll run with Stevenson.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
A give for Stevenson running right.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
To throw is Rodgers. Steps away. That's caught by Woods for a Jets touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Jets extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think this is what this game's become now. You just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 52 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. Down to a knee goes Love, and that should be the final act of this football game. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the 2nd half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Jets, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Miami, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.